People there.
I quite like the idea of being able to roll the roof on and off. That's quite good fun, isn't it?
The only thing I've got about those stadiums is if, you know, the track, what sort of race surface is going to get.
Okay, that's next year though. Let's go on to see who's going to win the British Grand Prix. Can I sort of turn your attention to tonight? We're going to write it down. Gary Havelock, who's going to win the British Grand Prix? Give us your top three.
Mark Loram, Tony Ricardson, and Chris Louis.
Mark Loram, Tony Ricardson, Chris Louis. That's Gary Havelock. Sam, you're studying.
I'm studying because I'm going to go with my buddy Billy Hamill. I'm going to go with Tony Ricardson, and I hope to see Greg Hancock get in there.
Kelp.
I think Tony Ricardson, I think Jason Crump and Billy Hamill.
Oh, Crump, Ricardson, Loram. There you go.
There you go.
But that's not what I put in the sweepstake. Otherwise I'd have to share it with everybody. Well, Peter Collins is certainly a world champion. Let's see if he can predict any better than we can. Peter, what's your prediction for the top three?
Well, I think that Tony Ricardson, for me, is the complete champion. And, you know, you've really got to be a bit strange not to choose him. But certainly my heart is with Mark Loram because Mark is the big racer. And we've yet to see Mark tonight, and he'll make some fireworks, no doubt.
Well, the man all four of our world champions have named is in this one. Tony Ricardson, the world champion, goes from the inside gate in the red helmet colours. And there we see the man himself, the legendary Tony Ricardson, winner of the British Grand Prix here last year. In gate 2 is Stefan Dano, the Swede. A little bit of a surprise packet from time to time in this Grand Prix series. We're still waiting for him to come up to tapes. There in the white helmet colours, a surprise of the night, the wild card Martin Dugard, currently third in the British Elite League averages and riding higher, the captain of Eastbourne. On the outside in yellow and black, that is Greg Hancock, the Coventry captain here on his home track. So Tony Ricardson, world champion on the inside. Stefan Dano, the Swede, doesn't ride in Britain these days, goes from gate 2. Martin Dugard, 3 in the British averages, captain of Eastbourne, goes from gate 3. And on the outside, another former champion, Greg Hancock, goes from the outside. Let's see what happens here now. They line up at tapes. We're waiting for the starting marker. He moves away up by the tapes and away on the inside. In red goes Tony Ricardson. Look at Martin Dugard. Dugard picks it up in front. Tony Ricardson's back in third place. Greg Hancock comes round the outside, and the world champion could be eclipsed in this one. Right at the back is Stefan Dano. But look at the two out front. They're really battling. Dugard is flying. Hancock is flying. What a ride by Martin Dugard.
Fantastic there. He's holding Greg Hancock. He's riding the quick line. He's going really well around the bottom turn there. Greg had a big challenge early on, but now Greg seems to be dropping back a little bit, Tony.
Martin Dugard must be the most relaxed rider here. He didn't practice here. He watched the Young England International at Oxford last night, then went home down to Hurstpit Point in Sussex and came up today. And now he's riding like a terrier. Martin Dugard, with a lap to go, has opened up a 20-metre lead ahead of Greg Hancock, who's on his home track. World champion Tony Ricardson will have to go again to stay in this event. And Stefan Dano miles at the back. But what a ride by Martin Dugard in white to take the checkered flag. In yellow, Greg Hancock. They march on just one race from the semi-finals. And Tony Ricardson, the world champion, will have to go again to stay in this Grand Prix. The surprises keep coming. Martin Dugard 16 to 1 at the start of the meeting. The odds are certainly tumbling on the man with the 23 there. And the checkered flag greets him here. Disappointment for that man, Tony Ricardson. But what a ride by Martin Dugard, and Tony Ricardson will have to have learned something from that. He has in the other Grand Prix we've seen, but Dugard flew from the start.
Yeah, I must say, Tony, that Martin Dugard is really pulling out all the stops. Normally he's a small track man, but certainly the way he's riding this track tonight, he turned very early, made a good start there, chopped across the front of Tony Ricardson, but just look at Greg Hancock. Hancock's come around the outside there. Now Greg's got a good run around the outside, but he knows that he's seen Joe Screen slide off down there twice, decides to go round, decides not to go round the outside. Again, this is the start. Ricardson half makes the start there in the red off gate 1, but just look at Martin Dugard. He stops him altogether. Martin puts the bike completely sideways in front of Tony Ricardson, and that allows Greg Hancock to do that great run round the outside. You can see Greg is riding a completely different track there to the other 3 riders, no doubt, but when Greg gets to the bottom bend, he's got the speed to possibly get around the outside of Martin Dugard, decides against it. He's seen Joe Screen fall off at that point, and he settled for second place.
Well, there's the result, and Martin Dugard going brilliantly tonight, now just one ride away from reaching the semi-finals, ahead of former world champion Greg Hancock. Tony Rickardsson and Stefan Dano, the two Swedes, will have to go again. But now we move on to heat number 12, and there's another former world champion, Billy Hamel, already a Grand Prix winner this season, winning the first of the series. And Jason Crump is in this one as well, in the blue helmet colours there, twice the winner of the British Grand Prix. Jason Crump, certainly fancied by some of our lads in the studio to take the title here. There is Henrik Gustafsson. Recent years so disappointing in the Grand Prix, and a rider of such great natural talent. And Ron Sullivan, who was pretty impressive in winning heat number 8, he goes in the white helmet colours from gate 3. So, all sorts of things happening here, but the lineup for this heat number 12, Billy Hamel, former world champion. Jason Crump, twice a British Grand Prix winner. Ron Sullivan, the flying Aussie, the captain of Peterborough. Henrik Gustafsson, the Swede, who's ridden, of course, in England for Kings Lynn and for Ipswich. He goes on the outside in yellow. This is heat 12, second heat of the main event here in this British Grand Prix, Brandon Stadium. Jason Crump, the adjustments there. Neville Tatum prepares his engines. Jason Crump, Neville Tatum with him in the pits. With his younger brother. There in red is Billy Hamel. Billy Hamel, former world champion. Of course, another Coventry rider. Certainly feeling free at home on this track here tonight. Starting Martin once again moves away, and up they go, and certainly to the apex of the bend. Jason Crump picks it up. Jason Crump shows the speed. Round the outside in yellow goes Henrik Gustafsson. Coming through in white is Ron Sullivan to pick up second place and put Jason Crump under some sort of pressure. Crump is going really wide, but by doing so stretches his lead, and Jason Crump has this in control here in second place ahead of Ron Sullivan. Back in third is Billy Hamel, who will surely have to do it all over again. As well, the man right at the back here, because Henrik Gustafsson is somewhat disappointing, but another fine ride by Jason Crump out front.
Yeah, I must say, Tony, that the track now is starting to improve. We've had a track grade, and Jason now is riding out quite wide, but the dirt is moving a long, long way out now, and we can see the riders riding pretty wide at this point.
With a lap to go, Jason Crump, already twice the winner of a British Grand Prix in past years, could be set for a third British Grand Prix victory in this one if he keeps this sort of form up. But he faces lots of competition yet and makes a mistake there. But he's still going to take... Oh, he's slowing up to try and get his gate set for the next heat. I'm sure that will provide controversy, because Jason Crump knew what he wanted. He slowed up to allow Ron Sullivan to come through. Jason Crump in second place. They will qualify, and Jason Crump looking to adjust his gate position, I'm sure, there, because he knows that he'll go from gate 3 in heat 17 in his next ride by getting that position, and that is going to make a very interesting topic for conversation, because Jason Crump led all the way and on the final bend pulled back. But Peter, from the start he looked good.
Yeah, I don't think that will go down very well, there's no doubt, because he made a good start there, although at this point he catches Ryan Sullivan as he hits the first turn. Ryan's pushed very, very wide there into the side of Henrik Gustafsson. Billy Hamel in the centre of the picture there has made a good start, but Billy actually gets a big wheelie there in the middle of the turn, almost goes down and loses a lot of ground there. But Jason Crump in the blue now, he's set sail down that back straight. He's pretty close to the fence there. Now he's just riding very, very cautiously, because we know this is his first ride. Here Ryan Sullivan almost catches him there on that real grippy bit. Now this is the controversial spot now, over the finishing line. He gives Ryan Sullivan that lead, and I'm sure that's so Jason can have the better start position, or the start that he wants in the next heat.
Wild tactics we've seen many times in this Grand Prix series, and Jason Crump knows exactly what he wanted to do in coming second there behind Ron Sullivan, Henrik Gustafsson and Billy Hamel. And, well,